So I'll just kind of recap what I was saying. This is a part of the chakra series. So we're going to focus on each chakra in these less than 1 hour classes, somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. So second chakra located in your body. If you think of your pelvis as the bowl, it's everything that's within that bowl. So all those organs that are there. It's associated with the element of water. This is a very watery place in our body. Like you can think of like your bladder's there. There's a lot of moisture with like our like, you know, ovaries and all the things. We happen to have all be women in this class right now, but those are all sort of like watery things. It has a lot to do in a more sort of less nuts and bolts kind of way. It has a lot to do with our sense of creativity, with latent possibility. I was talking to my husband last night about, you know, this class I was going to be teaching this morning. He's like, that's kind of where we're living right now, right? Like we're really in first and second chakra. We happen to all be at home a lot more. So we're really focused on that environment. And we all are, I think most of us realize that what the future will look like is going to be really different than what the past has looked like. And so we're in this kind of in between place where we get to decide and be creative and dream about what we want the next thing to be like. And so we're sort of in this this like soup of creativity. And so I invite you during your practice to take that on. So let it be stream consciousness, you know, as you're dreaming. Don't worry about end results. Don't worry about big picture. Just like what in sort of a vague kind of way, sort of like an abstract kind of way, do you want your future to look like? What do you feel deeply in your body? What thoughts are coming through? And no need to pass any kind of judgment or decide if something is good or bad or right or wrong. That's kind of getting to the nature of second chakra there, that's Svadhisthana. All right, so let's begin. We'll begin in lying down on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana. And so that's with your knees butterflied out wide, soles of your feet touch. And this shape isn't right for everybody, and so if it's not right for you, you can always plant your feet flat on the floor, knees point up to the ceiling. Wherever your hands and your arms naturally landed is perfect, so that your arms feel heavy, hands feel heavy. With your arms and hands relaxed, see if you can focus even more deeply on your breath. Visualize that breath, instead of just coming into your lungs, which is what they, of course, literally do, but imagine that breath could infuse every single cell of your body. With every inhale, you're lighting up every single cell with fresh energy, oxygen, prana. Now, on every exhale, you're finding a little bit of a release from every single part of you. Every breath in is a replenishment, a rejuvenation. Every breath out is another chance to let go. So find this sense of cycle of your breath. Like the top of your inhale really just signals the exhale. The bottom of exhale melds seamlessly into the next breath in. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath, your pace, your rhythm. One more round of breath. And continue to breathe at this pace, this steadiness, this rhythm. And if your knees are still out wide, draw your knees together, so feet flat on the floor, knees point to the ceiling. Start to add a little movement here. So windshield wiper both knees to one side, doesn't matter which side, and then switch, windshield wiper them to the other. That's it, go. Knees go together one way and the other. Movement, range of motion can be small to start and get a little bigger if you like. Let's take 2 more cycles, 2 more rounds. And then bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them. And now add a little bit of movement here. You might rock side to side. Or if it feels right, you might circle your knees. Sometimes that feels great for low back. One more moment. And then roll back to center. Good. With hands behind your thighs now, start rocking forward and back, forward and back. And eventually rock yourself all the way forward to hands and knees. We'll find tabletop. Good, tabletops. Let's take a few cat-cows. So inhale, drop your belly and look forward. Exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, head drops, and continue with those shapes. As you flow through these shapes, let your breath help to determine the speed of movement of your body. So you're finding that sense of choreography, breath, and movement linked. Let's take one more full cycle, full round. And then after your last cat spine, come back to tabletop. So back to that long neutral spine. Good. To thread the needle, inhale, sweep your right arm up into the right. Exhale, slide your right arm underneath your left. Bring your right cheek down. You got it. Left arm can stay exactly where it is, or you might crawl it forward if you like. Good. If you'd like to add an inner thigh stretch for your left leg, you can extend your left leg straight off to the side. So like your leg and your arm would be parallel if you're taking that. Good. If your leg is off to the side, tuck it back underneath your hip, bend your knee, left hand underneath your shoulder, and then unwind by sweeping your right arm up again. Inhale. And then exhale back to tabletop. And then let's try the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, pass it under, left cheek down. Same thing, right hand can stay where it is, or maybe stretch your right arm forward. And if you liked that inner thigh stretch, that adductor stretch on the other side, try it here by extending your right leg off to the side. Take one more full cycle of breath. And then tuck your right knee back underneath your hip, right hand under your shoulder. Inhale, left arm up again, unwind. Nice, exhale, come back to tabletop. With a breath in, curl your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and then back. If you like here, add some movement. Sometimes it feels great to pedal at your feet a few times or move your hips. Be sure to spread your fingers really wide so you've got lots and lots of shoulder support. Good, and then downward facing dogs, take a breath in. On your exhale, walk your feet forward until they're behind your wrists for ragdoll. So walk your feet forward, step towards the top of your mat, feet about hip width apart. Soften your knees, thread your hands through opposite elbows. And if you like here, sway a little side to side, or forward and back, or skip it. On a breath in, sway back towards center. And then breath out, drop your hands towards the floor. Bring your feet towards each other, toe heel, toe heel. Take a breath in, rise to mountain pose. So stand all the way up, extend your arms overhead. Good, exhale, bring your hands to your heart, thumbs to your chest, pause here. Press your feet into the floor, so re-establish that sense of being grounded in your first chakra. Find a sense or imagine a sense of ease in your hips, invite that in. Let your breath stay steady, even, rhythmic. With an inhale, sweep your arms overhead again, mountain pose. Then exhale for standing back bend. Bend your elbows, lift your chest up, lift your chin up, even look up. Lift up with your gaze. Let your shoulders drop down your back. Inhale, arms up again, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come through your heart or out to the sides. Drop your hands towards the floor. That's it. Always okay to bend your knees. Good. Let's add a halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your chest, breathe. Yeah, hands can be on shins or thighs. Fingertips can be on the floor if you prefer. Let's take another breath in here in your half lift. On your exhale, step your left foot back for a low lunge. Step your left foot back. Hands will frame your right foot. That's it. Now set your left knee down. With an inhale, lift your chest and arms up. Crescent moon, breathe. Nice. Good. So feel some space opening up in the front of your left hip. Imagine trying to drag your right heel back, your left knee forward, so hips are facing forward. That's it. Take another breath in to reach up. Breath out. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And that's your low lunge shape again. Shift your weight into your right leg. So you might float your left leg up here, standing splits. Float your left leg up. Hands could be on a block or support if you prefer. It's always okay for standing leg to be a little bent. Here's one more inhale to extend your left leg. Exhale, forward fold, feet together. Inhale, add halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is mountain pose again. Stand up, arms up. Exhale, standing back bend, chest up, look up. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Step your right foot way back, land soft. Good, set your right knee down. And then inhale, lift your chest and your arms. Crescent moon, breathe, really nice. Good, this time feel like energetically pulling your left hip back, left heel back, so hips face forward. Lots of space in the front of your right hip. Breath in here to reach. Breath out, low lunge, hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, yeah. For standing splits, shift your weight forward first, float your right leg up, see if you can take some momentum out of that transition and breathe. Good, engage your lifted leg like you want to kick something away behind you. Take one more breath in. Breath out, forward fold. Inhale, add halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold. Let's flow both sides now, one breath, one movement. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, reach up. Exhale, standing back bend, chest up, look up. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot back, exhale, low lunge. Good, knee down, inhale, arms up, crescent moon. Exhale, back to low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, float your left leg. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, add half lift. Exhale, fold again. Good, inhale, mountain, rise up. Exhale, standing back bend, chest and hips slightly forward. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, add half lift. Right foot back, exhale, low lunge. Good, knee down, inhale, crescent moon, chest and arms up. Exhale, back to low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, float your back leg. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, really long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Good, inhale, mountain pose, rise to Tadasana. This time, exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. So bend your knees, send your arms down and back, and pause. Think weight in your heels, low belly strong. And so we'll call this shape from here on out, we'll call it chair plane. All right, good. Inhale, let's take standing back, bend chest up, look up, bend your elbows. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Lift your left leg up, inhale, standing splits. Exhale, low lunge, step light as you can, hands frame your right foot. Inhale, rise to high lunge this time, crescent lunge. Lift your chest up, your arms up, and breathe. So this time your back knee's off the floor, you got it. Toes point forward. Energetically pull your right hip back. Send energy to your fingertips so you're fully inhabiting the shape. Let's take another breath in. Breath out for low flying crescent. Lean forward, add airplane arms, and pause. So you're feeling like a line of energy from your left heel all the way through the crown of your head. Engage your left thigh. Guide your right hip back. Take an inhale for warrior two. Back heel down. Arms open wide. Breathe. You got it. Good. So stabilize from foundation. Make your back leg really active. Track your front knee on top of your ankle. Stack your shoulders over your hips as best you can. Breath in. Breath out, extended side angle. Lengthen forward first and then right arm down. Left arm can either sweep up by your ear or reach up towards the sky, up to you. Roll your chest open. And even though you're sort of leaning your chest towards your thigh, feel like your obliques, your right side obliques, are trying to lift away at the same time. Good. For star pose, face the long edge of your mat, heels in, toes out, arms to a V. You got it. That's it. Good. Take a breath in, arms out wide. Exhale for goddess pose. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. So elbows comes into your rib cage. That's it. Palms can face up. Let's find star again. Inhale, expand outward, arms to a V. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Pivot your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Hinge forward, hands all the way down towards the floor. Still always okay to bend your knees. You might let your head be heavy here, so it helps to lengthen your spine. And then with hands right underneath your shoulders, inhale, halfway lift, really long spine. Exhale, low lunge to the front of the mat. So crawl your hands around to frame your right foot. Pivot your left heel up. Good. For standing splits again, inhale, float your left leg. Exhale, forward fold, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, arms up. Exhale, chair plane, bend your knees, airplane arms. Inhale, standing back, bend straight legs, chest up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Right leg up, inhale, standing splits. Exhale, low lunge, land with control. Then inhale, lift your chest, high lunge, arms up, breathe here. And imagine here that you're trying to drag your feet together like we were in crescent moon to bring your inner thighs along for more stability. Keep pulling low belly in and up. Take another breath in. Exhale, low flying crescent, hinge forward, airplane arms, and pause. And even though you're leaning your belly towards your thigh, feel like you're lifting it away at the same time. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale is warrior two, back heel down, arms out wide. Pause here in Virabhadrasana 2. Pause to find some stability in your stance. Reconnect to the flow of your breath. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, lengthen forward and then down. Right arm either alongside your ear or reach it up towards the sky and pause. Remember, feel like your left side rib cage is trying to pull your ribs away from your thigh even as you're leaning. Long spine from your head all the way through your back foot. Inhale is star pose. Take up space, arms to a V. Exhale for goddess, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Back to star, inhale, reach out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Make sure to move your feet first and then hinge forward, hands towards the floor. Totally fine to bend your knees. Good, with hands under your shoulders, inhale, add halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front, crawl forward, frame your front foot, pivot your back heel up. That's it. Find standing splits. Inhale, float your right leg. Then exhale, forward fold. Add halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Let's flow both sides, breath to movement. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, arms up. Exhale, chair, plane, sink low. Inhale, standing back bend, bend your elbows. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Left leg up, inhale, standing splits. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. Exhale, low flying, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Yeah, exhale, extended side angle. Beautiful. Inhale, star pose, reach out. Exhale, goddess, get low. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, wide forward fold, move your feet. Good. Inhale, add half lift. To the front, exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, float your back leg. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, mountain rise, Tadasana. Exhale, chair, plane, sink low. Inhale, standing back bend, Anubhatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg up, inhale, standing splits. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, high lunge, chest and arms up. Exhale, low flying crescent, hinge forward. Inhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, star, reach out wide. Exhale, goddess, get low. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, heels move back. Inhale is halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Good. Inhale, standing splits, float your right leg. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good, and then inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, chair, plane, airplane arms, different here. This time we'll lift your left leg. So for one-legged mountain, stand up, bring your left knee up, and extend your arms overhead. So left knee is lifted, right leg is a standing leg. Good. Feel like your knee is the same level as your hip, so the thigh totally parallel to the floor. Take a breath in to reach. And then breath out, figure four, ankle to your thigh, hands to your heart, and as you hinge forward, think hips back, heart towards the floor. Go to the point where you feel sensation, it's just enough. Find steady breath. We'll stay and breathe for 3. Allow left hip to find more space, stay for 2. And we're back to one-legged mountain on 1. It's an option to kick your heel forward for the inhale. Low flying crescent on the exhale, land your left toes so soft, airplane arms as you land. That's it. Good. For extended crescent, reach your arms by your ears, palms face each other. Stay for 1 more breath in. Low lunge is the breath out, hands down to frame your right foot. Good, so bring weight into your hands. For 3-legged dog, inhale, send your right leg up and back in your down dog. Good, then exhale for scorpion dog, bend your right knee, point your knee towards the ceiling, heel falls towards your glutes. You're almost stacking your hips here. Good, take another breath in. On your exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. So it's kind of like a wide forward fold. Yeah, you got it. Set your left knee down. We'll take a moment here in this hip stretch, this either lizard pose or frog or runner's lunge if you want to call it that. So you might let your head drop here. We'll take 1 more round of breath. Beautiful. If you've come down to your elbows or taken any variations, walk your hands back up. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Bring some weight into your front leg. We'll step forward for frog squat. So step your left foot about hip width apart from your right. Heels in, toes out. You got it. Bend your knees, hands to heart. This is a great time if you have a support to slide it underneath your hips. Give your spine more support. And if this is not the right shape for you at all, totally fine to take cobbler's pose instead with knees butterflied open. We'll take about 3 more rounds of breath here. And if you happen to be in cobbler's pose, you're sitting on your hips instead. Meet us in forward fold. If you're in your malasana, your frog squat, bring your hands down, lift your hips up, toe heel your feet back towards each other. Yeah, good. Inhale, find mountain pose, everybody. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, chair plane, bend your knees, airplane arms. Good, it's right knee this time that lifts up. For one-legged mountain, inhale, right knee up, stand up. Extend your arms and breathe. Firm your left standing thigh. Imagine pressing even for your inner heel, so you're engaging inner thighs too. Take a breath in. Breath out, figure 4, ankle to your thigh, hands to your heart, hips go back as your heart leans forward to add more sensation to the outside of right hip. That's it. Steady breath. Steady gaze, that'll help your balance. Let's stay for 3. Keep breathing, flow breath 2. Back to one-legged mountain on 1. It's an option to kick your heel forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, low flying crescent, land light as you can, airplane arms. Beautiful. Inhale, extended crescent, reach your arms by your ears. Exhale, low lunge, hands down. Good, give your hands some weight. Inhale, 3-legged dog, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, scorpion dog, bend your knee, roll your hips open so left knee points towards the ceiling, heel falls back towards your glutes. Take another breath in. And then exhale, step your left foot outside your left hand. We'll take a moment here in this runner's lunge or lizard pose. You can set your right knee down. And then same thing, you might let your head drop. Find some space in your hips. Good. So here's one more round of breath here. An inhale to invite in more rejuvenation. An exhale to allow for some release. And yeah, variations, start making your way out. Tuck your back toes at your back knee. Light as you can, step up to your frog squat, your malasana. Right foot about hip width apart from your left. Bend your knees. Still the same option to take cobbler's pose, that butterfly pose on the floor if you prefer. If you're staying here in your frog squat, your malasana, think shoulders down your back, tall spine, as you're finding space in your hips. Frog squats, if you'd like a variation this time, I'm going to offer an open arm twist. So you would press your left elbow inside your knee, palm faces whatever's in front of you, and then send your right arm up. If you're taking a twist, take a breath in. Hands to heart center on the breath out. If you're twisting the other side, let's try the right side. So right elbow into your knee, inhale, left arm up, big twist, inhale. And then exhale back to hands at heart center. Good, bring your hands down, lift your hips up, toe heel your feet to touch. Inhale is halfway lift, long spine. And this time exhale, take a seat on your mat. Pause here, take a seat. Good, all the way down on the mat. For cow face pose, Gomukhasana, let's say left knee down first. Let's see. Yeah, it's showing my left knee. Good. So left knee down first, right knee on top. And the idea here in cow face is to stack your knees as best you can. For a lot of us, that doesn't happen very readily. So sometimes it helps to bring your hands forward, lift your hips up, stack your knees, and then set your hips back down. If this is not for you at all, another chance to take cobbler's pose to find hip opening in both hips. So cow faces Gomukhasana. Whether you're taking cobblers or Gomukhasana, cow face, you can take this next thing either way. Yeah, nice arm variation, cool. Take the variation you're happy with, or if you'd like to check out a side stretch, you could bring your right hand down next to your hips, and then inhale, send your left arm up, and then left arm over. Good, take an inhale, rise back up. And breathe. If you're in cobblers, stay where you are. If you're in cow face, let's try this transition together. Both hands to the left. Lift your hips up and then walk your hands around in a circle, and you end up hopefully in cow face with the other knee on top. And if that transition doesn't work the same for you, that's totally fine. Find your way with your left knee on top of your right. You can restack your knees if that works for you on the other side. Cobbler's still a great option. Good. And then if you have a variation you like, take it. Or for the side stretch, it's left hand beside your hips. Inhale, right arm up, and then exhale, right arm over. And take an inhale, rise back up. And on your exhale, it's time to unbind your legs. Come to stand on your knees. Nice. We'll take a moment to set up Camel Pose, Ustrasana. So set up your knees so they're directly underneath your hips. Hands to low back. Fingers, they can point down or up. Think draw elbows slightly in. Take an inhale, lift your chest up, your chin up, your gaze up. Exhale, either stay or walk your gaze a little further back. If you're feeling it, you want to reach back for your heels, you're more than welcome to. Think hips slightly forward. Let's take one more moment here. Nice. Beautiful. If your hands are on your feet, gently come back to supporting your low back. Take an inhale to rise back up. Exhale, sit back on your heels for a moment. Let your hands drop to your thighs. You might even close your eyes for a round of breath. A full inhale. The full exhale. All right, if your eyes are closed, open them back up. Make your way forward to a very brief plank pose. So plant your hands, step your feet back. Plank pose for a breath in. Lower all the way down to your belly on your breath out. For a version of either broken wing pose or alligator pose, extend your right arm off to the side and then bend your elbow 90 degrees. So you've got it looks like a cactus arm or a goalpost in your right arm. Use your left hand to roll over onto your right side. You may naturally want to bend your top leg. That's a great option to choose. You might plant your left foot behind your right. Let your head relax down. Couple rounds of breath here. The color associated with your second chakra is orange. So you might choose to visualize as you're getting closer and closer to Shavasana, sort of a vibrant orange. Good. Gently roll back down to your belly. Your left hand is like your brakes. It slows you down. And now let's switch. So left arm out, bend your elbow 90 degrees, so that goalpost. And yeah, right hand helps to press you over, roll you over onto your left side. You can bend your top leg if you like. Head down. The concept that comes up over and over again when looking at second chakra is this idea of sacred pleasure. The pleasure isn't something that's necessarily always an indulgence. It's part of our birthright. It's part of our human experience. Use your right hand to gently roll yourself back down to belly. And this time, keep on rolling until you roll yourself all the way over onto your back. Yeah, nice. Good, let's take a happy baby pose. Bend your knees, draw your knees towards the outsides of your ribs. You can grab onto the backs of your thighs, calves, or the soles of your feet. You can choose to add some sway side to side. Whatever version you're taking though, visualize your entire spine relaxing down to the floor. So let your tailbone curl down, let your head relax down. Good, and then sway back to center. Extend your left leg all the way down to the floor. Hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. So your hands could be either on your shin or behind your thigh. Hug your right knee in. Yeah, good. Take a breath in. Breath out, supine twist. Pass your knee to the left. Open your right arm out. And if you like, drop your chin over your right shoulder. Take your time, roll back to center. Switch out your legs. So right leg goes long. Hug your left knee up towards your left shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist. Knee goes right. Left arm out. And if you like, drop your chin over your left shoulder. Take your time, roll back to center. This time, draw both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them. If it feels right, draw your forehead towards your knees too. Take one more breath in, curl up. Exhale, set up your Shavasana. Expand your legs out for your rest. Relax your arms. If your low back is looking for more support today, bend your knees. Let your knees drop in towards each other. You might walk your shoulder blades underneath your rib cage, left and right. And I invite you to close your eyes if it feels right. Take a moment to observe, to notice maybe some internal warmth you've built up. You might feel a deeper sense of connection of breath and body, mind and body. Allow yourself to revel in the sensation of well-being. To enjoy the sensation of being alive. I'll guide us out in 1 minute. Start to deepen your breath. Bring some small movement back into your hands and your feet. If you like, extend your arms towards the back of the mat, or I guess the front of the mat now. Take a breath in to stretch. And on your exhale, hug your knees up. You can stay here or roll over to one side if you prefer. And take a round of breath here. And then in your own time, make your way up to a seat. Any seat that feels steady, feels comfortable. Hands are welcome to rest wherever they naturally landed, or you can bring your palms to touch and thumbs to connect right to heart center. Take an expansive breath in. One more open mouth release. Touch your thumbs between your eyebrows or keep your hands right where they are. The thumbs between your eyebrows is symbolically connecting with your wisdom, your insight, your clarity. And so I invite you today, especially in these challenging times, to remind yourself that the sweetness of life is still available.